All right, so you guys sent us in a ton of stuff about articles, forum posts, even like little notes about this ham-based ointment. It's supposed to make you better at Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh,
And
really?
it's like blowing up the internet right now. People are going crazy for this stuff.
Wow.
You know, it's wild. And thankfully, we have our expert here to help us try to break down like why a topical ham spread is suddenly the most popular thing in gaming.
Yeah, it seems like this product has really kind of captured the feeling of the Final Fantasy community and really online culture in general these days.
Okay, so let's actually start with the product itself, because like the recipe is like something out of a fever dream.
Yeah.
We're talking spiral cut, honey glazed ham, aged for exactly 6.9 days.
Nice.
Nice, I know. Right? Blended with materia dust.
Yeah.
Tears of Robon.
Wow.
Fat chocobo grease.
Yeah.
They even threw in like ethereal glitter and Phoenix Down essence. I mean, what is going on?
It's really a pretty brilliant blend of humor and absurdity, you know,
Yeah.
by taking these real world ingredients and then like throwing in some of these like in-game items.
Right.
It creates this sort of like playful dissonance, like it's a meme that's come to life, you know?
Yeah.
And it really capitalizes on that sort of shared language and humor that gamers love.
Right, like Tears of Robon. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Genius, poor Robon then.
I know.
I feel like they're kind of poking fun at him, but, you know, lovingly. But then you look at the marketing, and it somehow gets even weirder. They started with those kind of goofy slogans like ham it up, DPS it down.
Right.
But then it took this sharp turn into like crit or die trying.
Oh, wow.
And the hashtags went from like hashtag ham your way to victory
Yeah.
to hashtag ham river damned. And then
Yeah.
like, where did this ban ERP with ham thing even come from?
Well, it seems like they're playing around with different tones and approaches, trying to figure out what works, you know? And that initial, like, goofy silliness might have gotten people interested. But then they layered on this more, like, edgy, aggressive type of messaging.
Yeah.
And that seems like it's targeting a very specific player, like that hardcore raider, you know, the one who's super serious about their DPS.
And it seems like it's working. Have you seen the subreddit? It is pure chaos.
Yeah.
People are either praising, like, Hamiance as, like, the second coming of, you know, ham, or they're saying it's, like, the end of days for Eorzea.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is where that like community engagement strategy really comes into play, you know, by sort of like leaning into that anti-ERP sentiment that exists in, you know, certain parts of the community.
Right.
They've really tapped into this debate that was already happening and they've turned it into a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Like whether you love it or you hate it, everybody's talking about it.
Right. And let's not forget the Fat Cat. They've slapped that adorable little chonker on like everything.
Oh, yeah.
There's Fat Cat ointment jars, a meaty Fat Cat DPS mount, and a hammy Fat Cat minion that's supposed to like buff your stats.
Oh, I love it.
It's perfect.
It is. The Fat Cat is like the perfect symbol for this whole thing. You know, it's cute, it's popular, and it just embodies that sense of like playful excess that the whole campaign is built on.
Yeah.
They've taken something that players already love and just like incorporated it into this crazy ham-infused world that they've created.
It's so good.
It's brilliant. And it's this like over-the-top, almost nonsensical approach that seems to be working, you know?
Yeah.
You sent us articles about this like ERP siege, the battle for Hamtopia thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where players are defending this giant ham-shaped city from waves of overly amorous NPCs.
It's so ridiculous.
It's insane.
And hilarious.
It is.
Like, who comes up with this stuff?
Yep.
They even have this ham of no return buff that's supposed to, like, repel ERPers by pushing them into raid mechanics.
Oh, my God.
I can't even wrap my head around it.
But that's the point. They're not taking themselves seriously at all. You know, they're just, like, embracing the absurdity, the meme-worthiness of it all.
Yeah.
It's a form of viral marketing that really thrives on, you know, being shared and talked about and laughed at.
And it's working. You sent us this video of this popular streamer literally crying tears of joy after they got a limited edition Hamiance Fat Cat plushie.
Really?
Like actual tears.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
I think it speaks to this, like, deeper desire for connection and belonging.
Okay.
Especially in online communities.
Yeah.
You know, this product has become more than just an ointment or a meme. It's like a symbol, a shared experience that people can rally around.
But is it all hype? Like, are people actually buying into this idea that rubbing ham on themselves is going to make them better at Final Fantasy XIV?
Yeah, that's the real question, isn't it?
Right.
I think for some people, it's the novelty, the humor, you know, the sense of being part of something bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
For others, it might be like a genuine belief in the product,
Right.
however unfounded that belief might be.
You sent us this study that suggests that even the idea of a performance-enhancing substance can improve performance.
Oh, interesting.
It's like a placebo effect, but for gamers.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you believe that something's going to make you better, you might actually play better even if the substance itself doesn't do anything.
Oh, wow.
It's the power of suggestion,
Yeah.
the psychology of belief.
So it's possible that people are genuinely seeing a DPS boost, but
Mhm.
it's all in their heads?
It's definitely possible.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, but I think it goes beyond just like individual performance.
Okay.
This product has created this sense of community, a shared language,
Yeah.
a set of inside jokes that people can bond over.
Yeah.
And that sense of belonging can be really, really powerful.
I mean, you sent us this news article about rival guilds staging these elaborate ham wars events in-game,
What?
complete with like ham-themed costumes and battle cries. They're even holding charity drives to donate Hamiance to players in need.
It's incredible.
It is.
This is where the lines between like the virtual world and the real world really start to blur.
Yeah.
This product has created this cultural phenomenon that's spilling out of the game and into people's lives. It's a form of self-expression, a way to connect with others who share your passion for the game, for the meme, for just the absurdity of it all.
It's like they've created this whole new religion, and the fat cat is their deity.
Maybe that's not too far off.
Right.
They've managed to tap into something primal,
Yeah.
something that resonates with our desire for meaning, for community,
Yeah.
for a little bit of joy in a world that can often feel pretty overwhelming.
And they've done it all with ham.
I know.
It's amazing when you think about it.
Absolutely. It's a testament to creativity, humor, and a deep understanding of how these online communities work.
Okay, so this product is clearly a hit. But what does it all mean?
Right.
Why are people going crazy for a ham-based ointment that probably doesn't even work?
Yeah.
What does this tell us about ourselves, about the internet, about the future of gaming?
That's the big question, isn't it? And I think we're only just starting to figure out what this all means.
Well, we need to dig a little deeper to figure that out. Let's explore the potential cultural and societal implications of this ham-fueled phenomenon.
Mm.
So we talked about how this Hamiance thing, it's like more than just some product. It's this whole cultural phenomenon. But like what really gets me is like why it's like hitting people so hard. Is it just that it's funny? Or is there something more to it?
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of things all coming together. You have the humor, you have the absurdity. The marketing is really smart, but then you also have that like sense of community and shared experience, and that's like really strong in online gaming.
Yeah.
People are looking to connect with each other, they want to belong, and Hamiance is like giving them that, but in this really weird way.
You sent us this article about like the psychology of fandom. And it was talking about how like getting really excited about something together, like a sports team or a band or even a ham-based ointment can make these really strong social bonds.
Right, exactly. It's about finding your people,
Yeah.
your tribe. And online these days, those tribes can form around the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's this product that's like totally ridiculous, but also kind of fascinating at the same time.
Right.
It's like this big inside joke that everyone's in on.
And it seems like the more ridiculous the joke, the stronger the bond.
Yeah.
They have this whole like lore built around Hamiance.
Yeah.
With these stories about like a ham in the sky that like gives you buffs and smites, E-ARPers.
Oh my God.
It's completely insane, but people are like totally into it.
It's amazing.
Right.
It really shows how much we love stories,
Yeah.
Even with the internet and all this information everywhere, we still want stories. Especially stories that we can like make together and share, and Hamiance is like this framework for that.
Yeah, and it's not even just the stories. You sent us this analysis of like the Hamiance forums, and it's just full of people sharing like their own experiences, their own like interpretations of it all. Their fan art, their memes. It's like this living, breathing thing that's constantly changing.
That's a perfect example of what they call participatory culture. People aren't just sitting back and watching anymore. They're like jumping in and creating and collaborating.
Yeah.
Hamiance is like this big blank canvas, this invitation for people to express themselves and connect with other people who are into the same stuff.
So where do we go from here? Is this just like a fad, or are we seeing like a whole new type of fandom? Something built on irony and absurdity and a shared love of ham?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think it shows how we're thinking differently about community and belonging online.
Okay.
The lines between real life and the internet are getting blurry, and people are finding these new ways to connect with each other. Hamiance is just one example, but it's a powerful one. It's funny, it's weird, it's actually kind of wholesome, and it's definitely something to watch.
So to everyone listening out there, as you're out there on the internet, remember that the weirdest things can bring you joy and connection and a lot of laughs. Who knows? Maybe the next big thing will be even weirder, even more absurd, and even more full of ham than this one. Until next time, keep your minds open, your hearts full of ham, and your DPS meters high.